So now that we found our present value, how much we would pay for a cash flow stream such as this at an interest rate of 11%, let's suppose instead we didn't know what that interest rate was. So what we'll do is over here I'm going to do the yield of uneven cash flows. So we'll start with year and cash flow. So first, to determine this, you have to know what happens in the first period of time, or there has to at least be one outflow to pay for this. Otherwise, the function won't work. So we'll start off with negative $10,319.90. That'll be how much we paid. And we'll just copy over these cash flows we did earlier. So to get the yield, we're going to use something called the internal rate of return function, or IRR. A couple things to note with this function. It has to start with the year zero cash flow. So if I open up this function for values, it's going to be an array, but it won't work like the NPV. So for example, if I just highlight those and then click OK, it will not work. You must include the year zero cash flow, and one of these cash flows has to be negative. One issue with this particular type of function, though, is if the cash flow sign changes multiple times. So in other words, maybe for example, in year 3, that was negative 3,000. You could potentially have no IRR or multiple IRRs. So this typically works for projects that are normal in the sense of you have one cash outflow and several cash inflows, or one cash inflow and several cash outflows. So in other words, if this were positive and all these were negative, it would also work. So I'll hit enter here, and that's 11%, and send that out 2 decimal places so it exactly matches up what we did earlier. Also note that there's an optional argument for guess. That would be for those projects that are not normal, but you can leave that alone for now. And note that it assumes 10% if omitted.